Come with me to recount all of my books to figure out how many I own and how many I've read. I'm gonna preface this video with saying there's nothing wrong with having a long TBR. I know mine is long and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. At the same time, you're gonna be getting a bookshelf tour because I've recently redone my bookshelves. And I also got a new bookshelf that I don't actually think I showed you guys properly. So we're doing that at the same time. Up the top here, we have the second half of my YA fantasy collection. And then on these two, we have my adult fantasy collection. To start off with, I have read This Woven Kingdom. I have not read the rest. This one I currently have on my Libby app. So I hope I'll be reading it within the next week or so. But yes, this one is on my current immediate TBR, but I've only read this one in the series so far. I only just got Shelby Mahern's other series. I'm very excited to start it, but I haven't read it. I have read the Twilight series. I don't have Breaking Dawn in the special edition. I couldn't find it at any of the op shops that I found these ones at, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled so that if I ever see it, I can get it. Prison Healer, we all know I love this trilogy, so yes, of course I've read Prison Healer. The Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows. We all know I also loved that duology. But that's everything I've read on the top shelf. Not a great start. On my next shelf, I have read this book that's tucked away. I don't actually think you guys can see it behind my bedpost. But this is The Last Gifts of the Universe by Riley August, which I just talked about for my June reads. Slip of the Wings of Night and The Ash Sarkis King. I read Catabasis. I've obviously read my ACOTAR series, and I've read the first 3 books in Throne of Glass. So 21 in total just from the first 2. 22, 23, 24, 25. So we've read 24 from this one shelf. That's really low numbers. Yeah, don't ask because I don't know how I've only read 24 books from this whole thing. You're gonna have to excuse the absolutely terrible angle that you're gonna get for the next 2 bookcases, but they're right next to my bed, so there's nowhere for me to put my tripod without this angle. I'm so sorry. Up the top, we have my Nalini Singh shelf. This is my top tier adult fantasy series, so that's why she's up here. We then have romance, which carries over onto the next shelf, and then my graphic novels down here, and then the first half of my YA fantasy series down the bottom. Now you'll find that whilst I only read 24 from the other shelf, I actually have read a lot more from this shelf. So in total, including this shelf, I have read 87. Alrighty, this is my third and final shelf, and this is also my new shelf, so she's recently been added to the collection. I used to have a white shelf here, but I got rid of her because she didn't work in my room, and so instead my brother has my white shelf, and I now have this one. This might be a bit of an odd angle to be seeing me at. I don't even know if I'm fully in frame, but I know the books are in frame, so I'm going to assume that I'm also in frame. This shelf, this entire bookshelf, has a bit of a collection of different things. We've got 3 different fantasy series that have nothing to do with each other that follow the exact same color code. Black, red, white for all 3 series, so I thought they looked quite good together, so they're just up here chilling. We then have my crime and thriller books. We then have my general fiction novels, and then we have my nonfiction along here, and then down the bottom we have my dark romance or darker romance, and down the bottom we have my junior fiction, which is only 1 series so far, and all of my poetry, prose, all of that kind of stuff is down here. Yeah, we're at 87. 1993, I haven't read that series yet. 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 116, 117, 118, 19, 20, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 6, 7, 8, 9, 130, 131, 132. I've read 132 books on my shelf. Now I get to go and recount them to figure out how many I've actually got on here. But before that, I'm going to quickly write down 132 or I'm going to forget that number. Alright, let's get to counting. 3, 6, 9, 11, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 10, 100, 104, 1, 2, 4, 6, 28, 30, 31, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 46, 197 by the end of this shelf. So far, this is looking pretty good. I forgot to say this before, but my prediction was going to be 135 I've read and 250 is what I own. So we're at 197, and as we saw before, I've only read 132. So a little less than my prediction, but not too much less. So we'll see how many I own. 98, 200, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 63. So I have 200, oh my god, this pen does not write on skin well, 263 books, and I've read 132. So a little less than what I thought I'd read, and I own a little more than I thought I did, which is kind of terrifying, but also, like, it's cool to have so many books and to be in a financial position where I can own this many books. And the fact that, like, you know, I work at a bookstore. I talk a lot about the fact that I love that. I love my job. I love being surrounded by art and by literature and by writing. And when people come in and are also just as passionate as you are, it lights your whole day on fire because it's so refreshing and beautiful. So I know a lot of people, like, recently there's been a lot of stuff on the media about like TBR takedowns and like, oh my god, how did I get so many books on my TBR, and people that are like, I have more than 100 books on my TBR. That's terrifying. But I genuinely don't think it is. I don't think there's anything wrong with having that many books on your TBR. So I will not be doing a TBR takedown or like, oh my god, I have so many books on my TBR challenge, because I don't see the point in it. I know that I'm going to read all of these, and if I don't, then I know that they'll find a home somewhere else where they're loved. And there's nothing wrong with that. So that is my updated how many books I've read versus how many I own.